Oh, folks, you won't believe what happened. My Uncle Liam, my late dad's brother, passed away. I went to the village for the funeral to support my aunt and cousin, but things weren't quite as I expected. I left feeling sad, but returned confused, to say the least. Why, you ask? Well, here's what happened. It was a typical summer afternoon. I was working on something at home when my phone rang. I looked and saw it was Andre, my uncle's only son. I answered cheerfully, "Andre, where have you been, bro?" As rare as a subway in Belgrade. "Hey, Noah, I'm here. What's up?" Why the serious tone? Is everything okay? "Oh, no, listen. Liam passed away. That's why I'm calling you. You and Aunt should come tomorrow. The funeral is happening at noon at the local cemetery. Brother, accept my condolences. I'm sorry. How did this happen all of a sudden? As far as I know, Uncle Liam wasn't sick. Andre, don't ask me anything. Just come if you can." "And what can I do?" "I have to go to my uncle's funeral early in the morning tomorrow. Mom alone wasn't feeling well. I was already there in 2 hours. I entered the yard, and it was full of people. 2 tents were spread. The heat from early dawn had hit. The people relaxed. Some were laughing, others were pouring more, and others were standing on the side looking in amazement. They seemed to not understand anything. I'm standing at the entrance to the yard with tears in my eyes and watching, if not for the coffin in front of the door. If I hadn't seen the obituary on the flagpole as I was coming down the street, I would have thought this was some kind of party, not a funeral. As my friend said at his father's funeral, the atmosphere was so lively that only Tijana was missing to come into the yard and sing. Well, what can I do, I thought. I'm entering the yard. I'm approaching the terrace of the house when I see my brother. Tijana, dressed in black, approaches me. His face is as dark as his shirt. I offer my hand in condolences. He shrugs, saying, "Well, brother, what can you do? It's all in order." God forgive me, I almost laugh. I managed to ask, "Where's your aunt?" "Tijana's at home, but I'd advise against going there." "Andre, don't go there. How can I not? I must offer condolences as you wish, but she's not herself. I understand it's a shock. Uncle died suddenly. It's hard for her, too. We should share the grief. Andre, I warned you. Tijana's not herself, but not from sadness. Never mind, I can't. Tell me, Noah, what happened? How did Uncle die? Don't ask. When this is over, after we bury Liam, take me away. I never want to return here." "Why, you ask?" "Trust me, anyone who doesn't go crazy here isn't normal. Believe me, I'm telling you." "Noah, would you finally tell me what happened? He's just late. Here's the godparents. Help yourself. Tijana's at home. Go there." Confused and unaware, I wiped a tear and went to find Aunt Tijana. As I approached the door, I heard her yelling. My aunt wasn't crying. She was shouting and cursing the late Uncle Liam. I stand at the entrance. She's by his coffin, staring at the ceiling. She's beating her chest, I swear. "Oh, Liam, may you burn in hell. May worms eat you for dying before I got my hands on you. Oh, Liam, when will you pay for this? I swear on everything. We'll meet again, you and I, someday, Liam, in hell. I'm standing at the entrance, hesitating. Can't go in, can't leave. I look back, see a line of people waiting. What to do? I step forward, thinking, go on, Andre, whatever God wills. I enter, approach Auntie, extend my hand. Her eyes are bloodshot. Auntie, my condolences. I'm here if you need anything. It's beyond hard. It's devastating. May the earth swallow him, worms and all. Please, Auntie, don't speak of Uncle Liam like that. Don't mention his name to me. I don't want to hear it. That wretched scoundrel, he's left me in mourning for life. Auntie then yanks her hand from mine and moves towards the godparents who've already crossed the threshold. Their godfather, Stanko, who grew up with my father, Liam, almost hugs the coffin, wailing loudly, Godfather, Godfather, even the hunter can't separate us. It'd be funny for a moment, but just a moment. When Auntie saw him crying for Liam, it was like the devil possessed her. She yelled, Stop howling like someone stepped on your toe. You'd join him in that hunting ground if you could. What's wrong with you? Liam was like a brother to me. I know you two were close, told each other everything. So you knew, he knew, everyone knew. Only silly, clueless Tijana knew nothing, right? I watched in disbelief as Tijana attacked him out of nowhere. She cursed and swore so much he couldn't get a word in. Finally, he turned and walked into the yard. Auntie said goodbye to people, but kept glaring at him. I moved aside almost to the corner, keeping my hands to myself. I lowered my head as if I were at a parade, as if I was waiting for my turn and portion. Watching the people around me all in the same position, as if we had been embalmed. 15 people at home, and only Tijana could be heard, and her curses echoed through the walls, not to ask someone something, not even to look. I pretended to be dead. I just somehow put down those candles in the box under the coffin, kissed the deceased on the forehead. I went out like a worm, squeezing between Tijana and the door, so as not to accidentally touch her, so she wouldn't notice me here, that I'm alive, that I'm breathing, just telling you to get out. I downed 2 shots of something strong right away to come to my senses, even though I'm not fond of brandy. It slipped down my throat, sweeter than the water of the Epiphany. I went under the tent, sat down, and was silent. By God, I sat like a statue for an hour. My house was completely off limits, and Tijana, my brother, wasn't brother. I can see him pacing back and forth, but I can't get a moment alone to ask what happened. Now, under this packed tent, I've caught snippets about Uncle Liam. Everyone's whispering, shaking their heads in disbelief. I can't lie, it's bugging me. He's my father's brother, after all. He died suddenly, and I'm clueless about this chaos at his house. I spot a lonely old man nearby, so I sit next to him to investigate. Hello, sir. How are you? Hey, I said, how are you? Hot today, isn't it? Nah, poor circulation. Say, do you know how Liam died? Like a hero. A hero? What do you mean? He died like any man, just another old fool in diapers. Look, I don't know my grandpa, so I'm not sure if he's senile or just confused. I ask again carefully. Sir, I don't know what hero you mean, but I'm asking about Liam. Tijana's Liam. How did he die? What? You don't know? Well, I don't either. That's why I'm asking. And who are you to him? How are you related? I'm his nephew, his brother's son. Ah, you're Millimer's boy. Yes, that's me. Well, I'm glad to meet you. I'm Grandpa Ivan. I live just past the tracks. Nice to meet you, Uncle Ivan. Now, can you tell me how Liam died? I'm curious. Look, son, it's not my place to tell you that, you know. You know it's awkward since you're family, but it doesn't matter. I'll find out anyway. I don't want to disturb your aunt and brother now. It's not easy for them, yes. It's hardest on them. So, what happened? Wait, let me pour you another drink to warm up. Sure, go ahead. Listen, if what they are saying is true, I must say I'm impressed. What do you mean? What are people saying? They say, listen, he died with his mistress. My Uncle Liam, God forgive me, had an affair with a divorced woman. She was wild. Who knows what she did to him? They say he died while with her. That's why Tijana's furious. The doctors had to tell her where he was and what he happened. Grandpa Ivan says it's better he died than returned to Tijana. Cheers. Well, I was shocked. Never thought Uncle would cheat at 60. But people are people. I don't judge. Soon after the priest arrived, we brought the coffin and Liam to the yard for the funeral service. As usual, people gathered in a circle, all lit candles, while the priest performed the rites. Silent as a grave except for Aunt Tijana muttering to herself, loud enough for others to hear clearly. That obviously bothered Pope, so once he warned, but it didn't end very well either. Tijana, please be quiet until we finish the poll. It's time for the deceased to be respected. What the sea has to respect. Who this much should I respect? Don't be like that woman in front of people. It's ugly. What? Don't do that. So do you know what he did to me? No matter what he did, it is Christian to forgive, especially when we say goodbye and bury someone, no matter what he tells me, whether he is a priest. Have you ever seen God, please? What do you pray for? Well, if you see him, you ask him to forgive him. But Tijana won't. Don't do that, I told you. Now, we're saying goodbye to him, and it's time to be dignified. That's how he gave me back the trash in a fickle way. I don't want to look at him. I want them to carry him. So, Pope, talk less and hurry. I want you to take him out of here and bury him. What's the matter? Now, as if things weren't strange enough after the funeral, everything got even weirder. It was one mishap after another, as if Liam's luck hadn't turned until Aunt Tajana forgave him. First, the four of us carried the coffin to the hearse. As we loaded it, the handle broke for the guy behind me. We nearly fell with Liam, but luckily the man used his knee to steady us, avoiding disaster. Then the hearse wouldn't start. It kept cranking and cranking. People whispered that Liam didn't want to go, but Auntie put her hands on the car and yelled, "Push! Don't just stand there, push! I want him taken." So we did, shoving the hearse with the coffin inside to get it started. We managed, but that wasn't all. At the cemetery, it was scorching hot. Mother, the dry earth won't budge. We don't have a digger. Listen, if this hole isn't done in 5 minutes, you'll be in it too. I won't need a digger to bury you. All right, don't get mad. It's scorching hot. We're tired and thirsty. It's been 2 hours. Finish the grave now. If you don't, we'll drink to your souls. But you won't join us. Sis-in-law, you're something else. Easy now. We'll finish soon. The dead won't run off, will they? Get to work. Come on. And truly, they finished in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, they brought a cart from the chapel. We lowered the coffin on the slight incline, pushing Liam to his final resting place. Not to mention, the coffin kept slipping off the cart. 3 held it, 2 pulled, and Tijana directed like a conductor. They dragged it to the grave, slipped ropes under, and set it on thick planks. Yeah, the priest finished his rites, saying, "Lower it." As they did, Aunt Zorka, Dad, and Liam's distant sister began wailing, "Oh, my brothers are gone. I'm alone. My heart breaks. It's so sad, isn't it? Maybe we should." Tijana, like a devil, didn't turn to her but snarled, "Party? Is that why you came to mourn here? You've got your man. When he dies, mourn him all you want and jump in his grave. I'm here, and I won't see a tear. Understand? Anyone I catch crying will weep at their own funeral, I promise." Zorka fell silent as if switched off. The rest of us, we approached the deceased. We tossed earth on the coffin and hurried back silently. It was time for lunch, you know. It's customary to leave a plate at the head of the table with some food for the deceased. No one sits there. One woman set a plate with food and half a beer. Then Aunt Tijana rushed over, grabbed it, fed the dogs, and drank the beer. We watched, stunned. She said he doesn't need food. If he's hungry, let that tramp feed him. We blinked in silence. I've been to funerals, but never seen this. Normally, we'd mention the deceased, but Liam. No one spoke of him. We ate in silence, waiting for what might happen next. An hour passed. People left. A few women stayed to help. Evening approached. I decided to leave, looking for Andre to say goodbye. When I see him, he's coming out of the basement. Andre, wait, brother. Let me tell you, I love you dearly. I'm off. I've got a 2-hour drive ahead. Belgrade is far away. All right, listen, brother, please don't go. Stay here tonight. Don't leave me alone with Tijana. What am I supposed to do with her? You see, she's not herself. You see what I could do. How could I turn my brother away knowing he's having the hardest time? He just buried our father and still has to care for our unstable mother. So I decide to stay the night. I think what could possibly happen in the evening. We're sitting outside the house talking. It's Andre on Tijana, me, and a few others. Tijana doesn't mention Miller right at all, acting like he never existed. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'll tell you how it went. We're sitting in front of the house. We look toward the garage, wide open door and light on. Clearly, no one's inside. Suddenly, the radio turns on by itself, playing Uncle's favorite song, Mile on the Railway. Stunned, we all stare. The radio blares, but the garage is empty. I glance at Andre. he at me. Then Tijana erupts. Oh, Liam, you're wasting your time. I'll never forgive you, you old cheat. You've shamed me before the whole village. Everyone's laughing at me. Oh, the life I've wasted with you. When I get there, she grabs the radio and smashes it on the ground before us all. How it turned on by itself, I don't know, but others seem convinced it was Liam begging forgiveness. Aunt returns, sits with us, and resumes talking as if nothing happened. She asks about my mother, why she didn't come. I, a bit shaken and off-kilter, answer as if I'm a suspect. I might have stayed overnight if the next thing hadn't happened. We're sitting outside when suddenly a light comes on in an upstairs room. Someone turned it on. Andre looks at Tijana and asks, Mom, is anyone home? Aunt storms into the house, goes upstairs, and turns off the light. Then she comes back, holding a bulb. She glares at the window, hissing, try turning on the light now. No more light for you. You'll only get the candle if someone else lights it. I won't, you filthy cheat. That's when I thought, Andre, get up and get out of here. You're not staying the night, even if you have to sleep in the car. I made up an excuse, saying my mother called and wasn't feeling well, so I had to leave. Tijana accepted it, hugged and kissed me, thanked me for coming, and asked if I wanted food to take. I declined politely. Andre stood up and said, Let me walk you to your car. I felt bad for him, but also for myself. What can you do? Everyone looks out for themselves. At the car, Mirko looked at me sadly and said, Brother, I envy you. Go in peace to your quiet life. I don't know what I'll do with Tijana. Oh, Andre, my dear brother, what can I say? If I said I'm sorry to leave, I'd be lying. I'm not sorry. Look, I swear, I feel like I've been run over. I know, why am I telling you this? But will you tell me exactly what happened? I know Aunt Tijana is a calm woman, a bit nervous, but I didn't expect this and can't understand it. Is it true what you said earlier today? You've heard. Uncle Liam had a mistress for who knows how long, and what happened? Well, the man left work early and went to her place for some intimacy. In the heat of passion, they got a bit tangled up, so to speak, meaning they had to call emergency services to separate them. As if the shame wasn't enough, my cousin works in the ambulance service. He's the relative of Tijana, Liam's wife. The stress apparently wore him out. By the time the doctors arrived, his heart had already stopped. In other words, he died on top of her. They had to separate a dead married man from his mistress. And in a small town, imagine how long this story will be retold. Poor Aunt. It was a huge shock at first. When they told her uncle had died, and then she learned where and how, she lost it completely. There was no coming back. It was by far the strangest day of my life. I'll admit, thinking about it, I always think, lucky Liam that he died. God forgive me, but it's true. If he'd returned to Tijana alive after all this, I honestly must say, I don't know how it all would have ended.